You know that moment when someone kicks off a project by saying, "Okay, let's talk about what's not working," and suddenly everyone looks down at their shoes? Yeah, we've all been there. But what if there was a way to spark change without starting from what's broken? What if you could build something better by focusing on what's already great? Hi there, I'm Irina from the L&D Academy, your go to space if you're new to learning and development or want to make your programs more practical, human, and impactful. If that sounds like your vibe, don't forget to subscribe and let's jump right in. Today, we're diving into Appreciative Inquiry, a fancy name for a refreshingly positive idea. Let's figure out what's working and do more of it. Instead of always asking what's the problem, we flip the question to what's already going well. It's a small shift that leads to massive impact in how people learn, grow, and collaborate. What is Appreciative Inquiry? Appreciative inquiry, or AI, is a strengths based approach to change, be that upskilling, management, or leadership development. Rather than focusing on gaps, weaknesses, or complaints, it helps us spotlight strengths, successes, and opportunities for more of the good stuff. It's about saying, what are we doing right? When are we at our best? And how can we scale that? Let's take a look at a real world example of how the traditional approach stacks up against AI. Let's say you're asked to improve customer services training. The traditional mindset is, why are customers' ratings low? What are reps doing wrong? Appreciative inquiry mindset instead would ask, when do customers give glowing feedback? What do our best reps do differently? And how can we teach that to everyone? It's the same goal, but a completely different energy. One drags people down, the other lifts them up. Let's take a look at the 5D model of appreciative inquiry. Here at the L&D Academy, we love a good model, and this is no exception. The appreciative inquiry process follows 5 simple steps known as the 5Ds. Step 1, define. What do we want to improve? In our case, let's develop stronger, more confident first-time managers. Step 2, discover. What's already working? You might find our best managers build trust quickly, give clear feedback, and support their teams with empathy. Step 3 is dream. What's the ideal scenario? Picture this. All our new managers feel confident from day one, have the tools to lead effectively, and are trusted by their teams. Step 4, design. How do we get there? Try this. Let's study what our top managers do well and build those strengths into a leadership development program using real examples, peer coaching, and practical tools. Finally, step 5, destiny. This is about putting it all into action, learning from it, adjusting and improvising, and most importantly, keeping the momentum going. And that means launching the program, collecting feedback, celebrating early wins, and continuously improving based on what's working. Let's quickly talk about why appreciative inquiry matters in L&D. Most of us in learning and development were trained to find the gap and fix it. But appreciative inquiry says, let's also find the good and build from there. Here's why that matters. It builds engagement. People respond way better to a question like, tell us about a time you succeeded, than what's your biggest weakness. It also sparks creativity. When you ask what's possible, people start thinking outside the box, and it drives action. Success stories are energizing. When learners see what can work, they're more likely to take the next step. Appreciative inquiry works especially well for adult learners. Adults are not like children, they bring their whole history with them. They've already succeeded, overcome challenges, and built strengths. Appreciative inquiry respects that. It helps learners feel confident, seen, and motivated to grow even more. And all of this brings me to my favorite part, how to use appreciative inquiry in L&D. One of the very first places to use AI is in the needs analysis process. Don't just look at gaps. Ask what's already working well. What do our top performers do differently? Use that to build programs based on what's proven to work. You can also use appreciative inquiry in training design. Lean into strengths. If your learners are great at collaboration, design learning that uses that collaboration. You can say, hey, you're already good at this. Let's take it to the next level. Facilitation is another area. When you step into the shoes of a facilitator working with a group or team, you can frame your questions to bring out the best in them. Instead of, what challenges have you faced? Try, when have you felt most successful in your role? Another super important area is change management. You can use appreciative inquiry to roll out new initiatives by building on what's already working. For example, if certain teams are already sharing knowledge or using microlearning effectively, highlight those successes and use them as a foundation for introducing a new learning platform. So, next time you're planning a program, running a workshop, or leading a change, instead of starting with what's broken, ask what's working, when were we at our best, and how can we do more of that? You'll be amazed at what happens when people feel energized by their own successes. Thanks for watching, and if this video gave you a fresh perspective, hit like, leave a comment with your favorite takeaway, and subscribe for more real-world L&D goodness. See you in the next one.